welcome a great greeting from Aurora Academy. And we have our best friend and a long-term kind of a guide or mentorship of India Solva. We have Divyanandani with us. To be frank, Divyanandani, I know for around 7 years as a professional trainer in sustainable solar thing. And then I know as author, I know as entrepreneur, and she has hands in everywhere. And that's why we thought, okay, she'll be a perfect person to speak about entrepreneurship. And she also accepted it. And thank you so much on behalf of our academy and the viewers. And yes, Divya, so can you tell me about yourself and like how was your path to reach here where you are now? அதை பத்தி எங்கிட்ட கொஞ்சம் ஷேர் பண்ணிங்க.
Okay. So first of all, thankful to Aurora Academy for giving me this opportunity. In fact, this is my first Instagram live. Usually, I'm very hesitant to come in front of. But then yes, because it was Saran, and I said yes. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Actually, if you ask me why entrepreneurship, and why to be an entrepreneur, was it a choice or what was it an option? If you ask me, probably when I was in engineering, when I did my bachelor's in St. Joseph's, I think it was during the second year, my HOD of my department, with two other colleagues of mine, she had asked me to attend a program conducted by Wipro, entrepreneurship program by Wipro. So I was little hesitant to attend that event because it was after our college hours. It was like 4 to 6:30. So I had to come back home, and next day it was a practical class session. I was little hesitant to attend. But then my HOD said, Divya, out of so many students, I am choosing you. I feel you can, it is for you, maybe you should go and try. In fact, I didn't know even the spelling of entrepreneurship. And I didn't know how to pronounce entrepreneurship. Maybe I called it as entrepreneur or something.
Entrepreneur, there are so many spellings there. Yeah.
So I didn't know what it was actually. And because my HOD insisted me to attend that event, I attended that event. And there were somewhere around 150, 100 plus students like me who attended it. And Wipro or Infosys, I'm not too sure. And they had asked us to write an essay on why you should be an entrepreneur. What is that idea that you want to sell to this world? And out of that 150 students, they'll shortlist 5, 10, and they'll have to debate on the stage on why their idea is great. And that day, I was not confident. That day, I didn't know what entrepreneurship means. I didn't know what it is, why I should be an entrepreneur. I didn't know anything. And I didn't even know, I was like scared. What if I get selected and if they ask me to talk, I don't even know to pronounce entrepreneurship. How will I be able to,
Usually it happens, right? Yeah.
And I just felt low in self-esteem, and all I wanted was for the event to get complete and run to the bus. I think that's when the seeds started, and I got placed in multiple companies in my final year, but then I chose to go abroad to do my higher studies. And even while attending an event in Sweden for Sweden Education Day, there was a Indian NRI who studied had come down to India to talk about her roadmap about entrepreneurship. Even there in that event, somebody spoke about entrepreneurship. I was really, if I go to Sweden, I can become an entrepreneur. So I'll go and study there. And then again, I came back. I was trying to find a job because it was a pressure for my family for me to work. Not because I should contribute economically to them or give them money, but they suggested me to work. So I felt that I was a round peg in a square. I mean, a square peg in a round hole. So I was just, I was not able to contribute to the. I had a lot of ideas coming up. I was always asking questions to my boss. I was not really satisfied with the way that organization was running, how people mindset were. I always thought that, something could be better, something could be better. So, from there I became a freelancer. I did business development for a number of
So you felt like the old system is not suitable for the future.
companies.
Yes, the old setup has so much issues. Yeah,
I felt something wrong in the organization that I was seeing. It was not. I didn't feel the freedom. I didn't feel the voice from the employees, the suggestions, the feedback was not taken considerably. Whatever I was about to tell them, they said, "உனக்கு என்ன தெரியும்? நீ after all ஒரு பொண்ணு, நீ சின்ன பொண்ணு, உனக்கு experience இல்ல, உனக்கு தெரியாது." No, it just hit me hard. இவங்க என்ன நம்மள சொல்றாங்க, இவங்க தப்பா பண்றாங்களே, இது இப்படி இல்லையே. எல்லா இடத்துலயும் I had the same thing. Why? And then I decided, பாத்துக்கலாம். I can't work like this, and I cannot make, even if I make money this way, it is not going to give me that peace of sleep that I wanted in life.
satisfaction, job satisfaction. Yeah,
Is not going to be that. So then, I really, though I had ideas, though I knew how to do business, though I didn't know how to think like a businessman, and I didn't know how to have what kind of a mindset a business woman or men should have. I know, okay, how an organization works, what kind of a decision making, all that is okay, but how is it to be a businessman? I didn't know. So that is when I met my mentor, Mr. Yadunandan, and it was him who taught me a lot of things about mindset, about the qualities of becoming an entrepreneur, and how to handle the pressure, how to handle the stress, how to handle clients, how to handle team. It was him, through his training programs and through his sessions, I had learned how to think like a entrepreneur, what kind of a money mindset we should have, what is goal, how goal should be set. All that I learned from Yadunandan, and I'm forever grateful to him, because if he had not come into my life and taught me all of that, probably I wouldn't be standing here, or probably, though I would have that idea, the concept of being an entrepreneur, but going in that path would have not been easy. Yes, of course, there are.
everyone needs a mentor like him. Yeah, everyone needs a mentor to know where to go. Yeah, where to look.
Yes, and there are a lot of books, of course, yes, I cannot deny on that, but for me to understand even the book, the author who has written it, I needed somebody in ground to tell me, give me feedback, like, no, I think you're going wrong here, probably you missed this closing because of this, probably you had this in you thought in this way, probably it could have been this way. Now you could have closed. It was
Yeah.
5 years long training as an proprietor and an independent entrepreneur, independent person. I learned, I got myself trained. I did make money. I had a lot of low days in my life, but then the fire in me had kept going, and I kept doing things whatever I felt, and yeah, landed up here. Today I'm an investor partner in one of a startup, and Mr. Karthik Dakshinamurthy is leading the business. And second thing is Divine Education Abroad Consultancy, and we are also coming up with Change Academy, wherein we are bringing new services like resume writing workshop, career guidance program, schools and college students, and we have got IELTS training, GRE, GMAT, SAT, and yeah, a lot more are coming up as well. And also
That's a great journey. Yeah, that's a great journey which you're doing.
yes, we are also heading into publications, and I'm really humbled, and I think the people around me have been really nice with me to to accept the products that we sell. Our planners and our journals are now in almost leading e-commerce platform. It's Amazon, Flipkart, Amazon, Flipkart, and one more, Meesho, and then
Meesho.
Crossword, Odyssey, yeah, and now we will plan to scale up to other states in South India, of course.
Okay. And here I want to imprint a word that Aurora Academy has been selling the journals, which has been created personally handcrafted by Divya, whom we are talking with, and that's why we took that to South Zone here. So we thought, okay, it'll be great as a Madurai hub. So we always work closely with Divya and Yadu in this. And tell me, Divya, like entrepreneur is a born or they have been created by situations, or they are born with the entrepreneur mindset, or it's been created in the in between. How do you think? Like they should have a background, they should have money to become an entrepreneur, or nothing else. Just an idea or a presence of mind is enough to become an entrepreneur. How do you think that?
I
What's your
think
in your perspective? Yeah. How do you
if
think?
I if you ask me if I was a born entrepreneur, of course not. I don't think so. Because if I had given any suggestion to my family back then, any financial suggestion or any family decision, any suggestion to them, they wouldn't have taken it up. So
Yeah, it happens.
yeah, so I don't think that I was a born entrepreneur. I think I just followed my passion, the fire in me, and I took help of others. I've always been humbled enough to learn from people, because in business, even recently, one of the student had come down and asked for vocabulary and grammar classes because he wanted to take IELTS.
Oh,
And then I immediately said no. And then when I spoke to him and I asked him, why do you want vocabulary and grammar classes when you are talking good English? He said, no, ma'am, writing skills I'm not good. Probably you can give me that service. So if I didn't learn from him, if I didn't spend that extra 1 or 2 minutes with him, I would have not been able to know that there is a requirement of vocabulary and grammar session. So I would have.
yeah.
So I think I have been humble enough to learn from everybody, observe from everybody what is wrong, why they are having the difficulty of not able to do. I think through that, solving those problems has led me here. I think it can be acquired, and yes,
Acquired.
yes,
So learning, observing, and you think it can be acquired through the life, the entrepreneur mindset. That's great.
with
That's great.
with,
And as you are aware, yeah,
with feedback,
yeah, yes, Divya.
with feedback,
Oh,
yes,
with feedback.
yes,
And
because
I think the surroundings should also support you, right? Like one should support you mentally, yes. The family should hold you back whenever you are falling down, because every entrepreneur will go from ups and downs, right? How you think that? How about the family role in entrepreneurship?
I, I don't think I have ever shared my lows with my parents. I have never shared my lows with my parents. It has been my team with whom I have been open about how I feel, and those things have only motivated me. To I always find motivation in adversity. I find motivation in pain. I find motivation in problem. That is me. If I go through some pain, that's when I grow. I feel it as an adrenaline rush for me to make it even better. எனக்கு மத்தவங்க யாராவது எனக்கு நல்ல வார்த்தை சொன்னாலும் அதெல்லாம் எனக்கு மண்டையில உரைக்கவே உரைக்காது. And even when I'm sorry if I should be open about it, but when I was in a previous relationship, when I was open about the pain that I was going through, the constant thing that I kept hearing from him was, I told you then, no, don't do இது உனக்கு செட் ஆகாது, நீ விட்டுரு. you know that gave me, so I
That
didn't want any
moment,
yeah.
yeah.
If you cannot help me, I'm happy. I will take care of myself. But giving me such advices irritated me more. So it took some time for me to sometimes when things are being repeatedly told to you when times are bad, we end up taking decide or we end up taking that as a decision. Oh, probably we are not suited for this field, or
Yeah, we
probably
used to think that that is the true. Yeah, we are not suited for this position.
yeah.
Correct.
So even that, even I had a time of like that in my life. So what I did, all the people who were giving me such kind of feedback, I cut them off. I was in a zen mode for nearly 21 days, and then I regained my strength, I regained my passion, and then I came out again. So if you ask me if people would support you, probably they would support you blindly, which might not be of help. Probably they might not support you also, but which might, because listening to them might end, you might not follow your passion. So I think it is about listening to one's own self. நம்ம மனசாட்சியை கேட்கணும். நம்மளுடைய மனசாட்சி என்ன சொல்லுதோ அதை தான் நம்ம எடுத்துக்கணும். And
The instinct, yes.
yes,
What is inside you?
yes. Probably I was blessed with a family which was not dependent upon my earning. So that was a help for me, probably. But for not lot of youngsters would be the same situation. So they contribute something for their family as well. Appo, if their business is not making money, they should also take the responsibility to answer them or ask them time or explain to them or find an alternative to give them some money. That should also be there. என்னோட சிச்சுவேஷன்ல எனக்கு அது எனக்கு ஒரு காரணமா இல்ல. But probably for other youngsters, right, that could be a testing time for them. So I think if they want to be an entrepreneur, any business they want to do, I would suggest them to work for some time. Okay, not for experience or anything, but for that financial income to support the family if their family is in need. And then they can work separately part-time after their office hours, early morning, and during the lunch break they can do the follow-up calls, client calls. They can do all that during the lunchtime. Probably they can spend 5 minutes for their lunch and finish this work. In this way they'll be able to bring their firm forward. But society, friends, family la எனக்கு தெரியல. எனக்கு நான் தான். Yes.
Okay, that's great. And as you have been working with this consultancy also, like foreign studies, sending students to foreign, yes. But the mindset of India's, particularly Tamil Nadu parents, right? Like they are just worried about like how was the safety? Is my kid will be having good food there? Like is the traveling to the foreign countries very costlier? Yes, you need to sell a property here to travel. And no stereotype irukla. Like no rigid stereotype irukku. Like how it happens and what is the uses of studying in foreign countries?
Okay, first thing they will be having opportunity globally. So இந்த UK படிக்க போறாங்க, நீங்க USA படிக்க போறாங்க அப்படின்னா அவங்க they will be somewhere else. See, ஊர்ல மதுரையில படிக்கிறதுக்கும் சென்னையில படிக்கிறதுக்கும் நிறைய டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு. சென்னையில
எக்ஸ்போஷர்
டெல்லியில படிக்கிறதுக்கும் நிறைய எக்ஸ்போஷர் டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி யூகேல படிக்கிறதுக்கும் யூஎஸ்ல படிக்கிறதுக்கும் நிறைய டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங் எக்ஸ்போஷர். அவங்க குளோபல் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் கல்ச்சர்ல இருந்து கண்ட்ரீஸ்ல இருந்து வர ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸோட இன்டராக்ட் பண்ணி படிப்பாங்க. And their advancement in their curriculum is far higher than what it is in our country. Their labs are highly equipped. Their assignments are they are not they are all unique. They are not repeated or anything. So when they complete that, their knowledge and their exposure goes high. First thing. Second thing, the return on investment is high when they go abroad because they'll be able to work part-time to manage their expenses there. And once they get into a job, their pay scale, their the salary that they will be getting, that would be at least 5-6 times more than what it is here.
Oh.
Even if it is they are joining as a researcher or as an intern there. So from there, they are earning. They can 5 years or 6 years down the line, they can compensate the loan that they are going to. And they can make money and they can buy the same property that they have sold. So I'm not telling this because I am into I'm into education of consultancy. You can also check with other Indians who your foreigners, friends or relatives who have been abroad. They would be able to give you the correct suggestion. So now the world has become one. Right, we cannot say that na மதுரையில இருக்கிறதும் சென்னையில இருக்கிறதும் லண்டன்ல இருக்கிறதும் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் ஓகே. சென்னையில இருந்து இப்போ என் தங்கச்சி பெங்களூர்ல இருக்கா. we speak over the phone, right, and we are able to travel. பெங்களூர்ல போறதுக்கும் maybe matter of time difference. We are able to travel. The speed of the internet has helped us to be connected. So I think இதெல்லாம் ஒன்றும் இல்லை. அண்ட் ஃபுட்லாம் ஐ திங்க் எவ்ரிவேர் வி கெட் ஆல் த ஃபுட். லைக் ஹவு வி கெட் கொரியன் ஃபுட்ஸ் இன் சென்னை, வி கெட் இந்தியன் ஃபுட்ஸ் எனிவேர் அக்ராஸ் த வேர்ல்ட். இட் இஸ் லைக் Even in Bangkok, you get Indian foods. It is not like, you even in the supermarket like Maggi, you get Indian paneer butter masala and dal chawal, all ready-made mix available. You just have to take it, microwave it, and so I think food and all won't be a problem. Cultural difference, I think, become globalized. We are wearing t-shirt, we are wearing pants, we are in, we are having,
We are
you know,
getting globally exposed now, right? For even in India.
so I don't think it would be a problem. We are so used to using Western toilets here, and I think we are so used to eating food in fork and spoon. We are used to everything. So I just the climatic conditions would be different, but otherwise we are used to
Didn't
everything.
we?
So
True.
we are also used to. We do have see a lot of foreigners coming to India. We have Starbucks here. We have hot. We have Hard Rock here. We have got all the Michelin star restaurants here. I think Instagram has helped everybody to learn everything, etiquettes, lifestyle, and everything. I think it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
So that kind of stereotype should also change, where we should not think that okay, I'm coming from a Tamil background. Yes, I have learned in government school. I can't travel to abroad. That's a very big stereotype, right?
Yes.
They would have learned unknowingly because of the situation அவங்க வந்து தமிழ் மீடியத்துல
ஆமா.
படிச்சிருக்கலாம். பட் இப்போ அவங்க ஒரு நல்ல காலேஜ்லயோ இல்ல வந்து ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு எம்இஓ படிச்சிருது will be good. But because of that Tamil hesitation, is there any problem with that by having learned in a Tamil medium?
They will have to just write a TOEFL test or an IELTS test. Just have a English test certification, and if that is that, then they are eligible to apply abroad. So that won't be a problem.
No, that won't be a problem.
That won't be.
And as being a consultant, you have went through so many resumes, right?
Yes.
Yes, there's a one still mindset of Indians, right? You get a certificate, you put it in a resume, so that will get the credit more.
Yes.
Like most of us don't know how to have a proper resume. We put I like playing badminton, I like reading books,
Yes.
but that is not necessary nowadays, right? Like what is the one or what is an important skill should be there in resume
See,
for
a
your
lot of misunderstanding with one thing called certification, qualification, and okay. Just because you are qualified doesn't mean you hold the skill set to do that job. That is why companies are having different rounds of interview. Your logic, your reasoning ability, your vocabulary, your English communication skills, and all. So just because you are certified, government certified and certificate in that, it doesn't mean you are qualified to attend that interview. Maybe you'll be eligible to give that interview, but it doesn't mean that you
quality.
have the skill set. So what your resume should speak is your skill set, what kind of work you have done, and what is the skill set that you have acquired through that work or that project. That should only be there in that resume, and not playing shuttle, not playing badminton, not that. Skill set is very important. So other gain பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாலே skill set வந்து ப்ராக்டிஸ்லையும் இன்டர்ன்ஷிப்லையும் ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஒர்க்லையும் இப்படிதான் வருமே தவிர்த்து certification பண்ணா வராது. I see a lot of youngsters paying a lot of money. With all due respect, I am not against them, but my thing is you pay, you learn, you get it certified, but acquire the skill set. That is the point. Because you're going and spending 1.5 lakhs on a Java certification, you get the certificate, you get your certificate, and you're not able to write a coding in Java. There is no point in spending the money first thing, spending your time second thing, and that certificate is not going to help you in any way. But even if you don't have a certificate, but you still be able to code an algorithm in Java, you will be eligible to work in a company, in an IT company with that necessary requirement. Now, Zoho doesn't have any educational qualification as basic minimum education. Anybody can go give an interview. If you are able to satisfy their skill set, you will get a job, and that too high paying job, right? So I think internet, there are a lot of free resources online where you can learn even photography, digital marketing, IT programming, engineering. A lot of things are already available online. free of cost. Get a hands-on training on that. See if you are really interested, and then take up the course, a programming course, which would help you to land up in a job. So skill set
That is
தான்
right
வந்து
then.
அந்த ரெஸ்யூமேல இல்ல. ஒரு 10 ரெஸ்யூமே பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா 10 ரெஸ்யூமே ஒரே மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். பிஇ ட்ரிபிள் மெக்கானிக்கல், அங்க பண்ற ஃபைனல் இயர் ப்ராஜெக்ட், ஒரு 3 இன்டர்ன்ஷிப், இவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கும். பட் அதை மீறி அவங்களுக்கு அந்த எஜுகேஷனோ அந்த ஒரு மாஸ்டர் ப்ரோக்ராமோ இல்ல ஒரு ஸ்காலர்ஷிப்போ கிடைக்கணும் அப்படின்னா அந்த அந்த வை ரீசனே இருக்க மாட்டேங்குது. அதுதான்.
That's a great input. And one last question for the session, like if we are living in 21st century, one skill which is very, very important for anyone who's coming after this for the market, no? What is that one skill you think it is very, very important for a candidate who's going for a entrepreneurship or a work or something? What is one skill you think a person should have?
Should be humble and to be empty cup. That is, எனக்கு எல்லாம் தெரியும் அப்படின்னு நினைக்காம நம்ம வந்து மத்தவங்க என்ன பண்றாங்க, ஏன்னா நம்ம ஒரு சிஸ்டம்குள்ள இருந்தாதான் அந்த சிஸ்டத்துல மாற்றமே கொண்டுட்டு வர முடியும். அந்த சிஸ்டம் ரிபல் ஆகணும் அப்படின்னா அந்த சிஸ்டம்ல நம்ம வந்து ஒரு மாற்றத்தை கொண்டுட்டு வர முடியாது. So any new person who wants to get into entrepreneurship or any project for that matter should be humble and should feel that I don't know anything. அந்த வந்து லேர்ன் பண்ணிக்க முடியும். லேர்ன் பண்ணிக்கிட்டாதான் வந்து கூட இருக்கிற பீப்புள் நம்மளுக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாதான் நம்ம வாழ்க்கையில முன்னேற முடியும். If the people around us are not going to support us, we will be fighting against everybody and getting to the top is going to be difficult. But ellarum to be nice with everybody and then to bring in the change, it will help you to move up, you know, at least not slow-ஆ இல்லனாலும் at least ஒரு பேஸ்ல போக முடியும். ஸோ எனக்கு தெரியும் நான் ஏன் வேலை செய்யணும். நான்லாம் வந்து ரிசர்ச்சர் கிட்ட வேலை பார்க்கும்போது he just paid me 1,000 rupees per week and MS by research, and because he was an author, because I wanted to learn how to write a book, I was okay to go through that process. Today if I want to take an intern, they are not ready to do a work. They are like, why should I do this? If I would have thought that why should I do that, probably I'm not here. I did it. I took it as a testing time and I learned. I got a lot of network. I learned the skill, and those days that the work that I did had helped me to understand the mistakes that I make in life, which helped me later on. ஆனா இப்போ இருக்கிற ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து இப்போ இருக்கிற யங்ஸ்டர்ஸ்க்கு வந்து அந்த பொறுமை இல்லை. இதெல்லாம் நான் பண்ணணுமா, நான் பிஏ படிச்சிருக்கேன், நான் இதெல்லாம் செய்யணுமா, நான் இதை பண்ணியிருக்கேன், இந்த ஒர்க்குக்காக நான் வரல. நான் இன்ஃபேக்ட் நீங்க அட்டென்ட் பண்ண ட்ரைனிங்ல நான் ஒரு போட்டோகிராஃபரா கூட இருந்திருக்கேன்.
You were everywhere from starting point to the end point. You were there. Yeah, I know this.
And to be honest, that particular company did not pay me anything. I did all the work, and that is why I know what should be done, what should not be done. But everybody around me told me that Divya, you're wasting your time, and Divya, you're doing something which is not going to give you any future. But then I still sticked on to it and I did it and I learned it. அதுக்குன்னு நான் 10 வருஷம் பண்ணல. என்ன கத்துக்க முடியும் நான் எல்லாத்தையும் கத்துக்கிட்டு then I said tata bye and I started my own day. So அதுதான் நான் சொல்வேன், be humble, take up the opportunity. அதுக்குன்னு I also tell the other entrepreneurs to pay them at least little money so that they can manage their petrol diesel expenses and their recharge and all of that. That is also there. Yeah.
So being humble is very, very important, as we say. So thank you so much for this wonderful session. It went on very well and time passed very fastly. And hope we'll also post this on YouTube as well as our Instagram page also. And you can see the recorded session there also for viewers who have missed it. And thank you, Divya, for joining here. And we are so humble and we are so thankful for that.
தப்பா சொல்லிட்டேன், ஏதாவது மிஸ்ப்ரொனவுன்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன், ஏதாவது
disclaimer.
If I had hurt anybody's feeling or anything, it was not intentional. I just spoke from my heart. And thank you, Sharan, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.